तो 2025 मिस्टर ओलंपिया के मेंस फिजिक का लाइव कॉन्फ्रेंस खत्म हो चुका है। तो सभी बॉडी बिल्डर्स के बीच में क्या बातें हुई आप इस वीडियो में देख सकते हैं और अपनी राय लिखना ना भूलें कि आपको क्या लगता है कि इस बार का मेंस ओपन कौन जीतेगा।
You've been an active champion. You weren't a guy that's just making appearances and out there waving the hand. You actually put the title up for grabs and said, I'm happy to do it.
Hell, I've always said, what, I march to the beat of my own drum, and I like to do things my way. It's a privilege to be in this position, and bodybuilding has really, changed my life, and I want to give back to it. So even though that means I got to put the title online and go after it, that's what it is. And I love this. I love being in this position, and I want to be this till I'm done.
Samson, what I liked most was you weren't shy about it. You're like, look, man, I'm going for some good money here. I'm going for a title, but you know what? Yeah, I'm the Olympia champ. And if I win or lose at a different show, I'm still the Olympia champ. So Derek Lunsford, if you want to come after me, bring it. And you said, look, it's like a ball game, right? You win a game, you lose a game. I'll see you at the Olympia. And that's exactly where we're back at the Olympia. But you did lose to the champ right here. Does that take a little bit of steam out of it or just fire you up even more, Samson?
To the contrary. I think it light that fire just a little bit more harder for me. Because there ain't nothing like being kicked down for you to realize, man, okay, I'm hungry. I want that shit back.
Well, listen, you weren't shy last year. You were the only guy to take off your shirt and say, all right, boys, here's what I got right here. Come and beat me. And you backed it up with actions on that stage, getting yourself an Olympia title. But Derek Lunsford, you also not shy about putting that title up for grabs. And you said, I'll see you at the Arnold, and we'll see what happens right over there. A lot of people thought that was a mistake. A lot of people thought maybe you made the wrong move. But I don't know, $500,000 later in a title, and you beat the champ, kind of put a little feather in your cap. Seemed like maybe it was the right move.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, I didn't present the physique that I wanted to at 100% at last year's Olympia. And so I wanted to go right back to work, man. And I wanted to show up, against the reigning champion. And I wanted to prove that, my best is the best in the world. And so I want to do that right away at the beginning of the year at the Arnold Classic. And then with the Pittsburgh Pro, with it being a legacy show, I want to be the first ever Pittsburgh Pro champion. And I realized, hey, winning those two and then getting your title back in Mr. Olympia, winning all three of those biggest shows of the year is really something special. So, hey, I said, let's go for it. I don't regret it, obviously.
You look like you're ready. All you guys look like you're ready from all the videos I've been seeing and all the pictures that have been put out there. But a lot of the ex-champs that you've heard from, Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman, a lot of the champs from yesterday, have been on record of saying that they may have thought maybe competing earlier in the year may have cost them an Olympia later in the year. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, if they believe in you, then you can't shock the world. So let's do this.
Well, you shocked the world from the 212 into the Open, and a lot of people thought, we'll see. Maybe he'll do okay. But all you did was win the title of Mr. Olympia. So you've already been kind of down that road of shocking the world. Here's the question. Can you shock it again, and can you beat this guy?
Hey, that's what I'm here to do. This is the Mr. Olympia. This is where history is made, and I'm here to make history.
All right, Derek looking for that triple crown, the Arnold, the Pittsburgh, and now the Olympia. We're going to turn our attention to Hadi Choopan. So first and foremost, Hadi, I got to say thank you because I go all over the world for various companies that I'm with, and everywhere I go, every fan from Iran comes up and says, say it, say it, say it. And I say, what do you want me to say? And they say the name. They love when I say Hadi Choopan.
خب اول سلام عرض کنم خدمت همه عزیزانی که اینجا هستن و خوشحالم که باز اینجا میبینمتون و اینکه بچه ها همه اومدن ببرن یک خواب هست و باید بگم که امسال خطرناکتر هر سال است براشون و آخرین کسی که این سکو رو ترک میکنه منم و باید تلاش کنم برای رنگ نقره این سکو.
First, I want to say thank you for all the fan and audience to be here. And I want to say this year I brought my best version, and I think I'll be the last one who will leave this stage.
So, Hadi, it's a little bit different in your country than it is here. While the people do celebrate the bodybuilding champions here, Hadi is a national hero in Iran. We've seen the footage. We've seen the video of him going back as the champ and as not the champion. They seem to celebrate just as much when he didn't win the title and came back. And there was a parade with thousands of people coming to greet the champion.
خب ایران یکی از کشورهایی است که برعکس اون چیزی که تو ذهن مردم هست کشور خیلی شاد هست و همه ورزش دوست، ورزشکار و یکی از قدرتمندترین کشوری است که توی رشته پرورش‌دهندگان توی دنیا سطح انجام میده. خیلی از مربی‌ها که داور هستن توی این سطح مسابقات میدونن که بیشترین نفرات ایران هستن اونجا عرض انجام میکنن و به مدال‌ها میرسن و امیدوارم که یک روزی بشه که سیاست برطرف بشه و این مرد بزرگ ویزا از وسط ایرانی‌ها برطرف بشه و میدونید که سکوی مثل المپیا بیش از 20 تا 30 ورزشکار ایرانی هست.
Well, Iran is it's a really happy country and young country, and we have a lot of bodybuilders, and they compete in the national team. Iran has one of the busiest national shows, and the people there, they love bodybuilding, and I hope politics goes from this sport, and we can see more people from Iran to be able to compete in this show.
Thank you, Adi. All right, Brandon, the resident old guard on stage, the OG, but still a former Olympia champion, and people got to take you seriously because you've got that title. But you're in your, how many years is this now for you, Brandon? 13 years. Let me tell you, I don't know if people can really realize how hard it is to be on top, and you've been in the mix, much less an Olympia title. You've been in the mix every year pretty much for those 13 years, for the over a decade. That's to be marveled at because there's not a lot of people doing that. You and I think Bonac are probably the two guys, that still representing. But every year we had the same conversation, Brandon. But every year we get a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and probably a little bit tougher. How much gas do you have in the tank still, champ?
Good question. The way the body is responding this prep, it's looking good. I mean, it's looking like got some good gas in the tank. We just want to capitalize. We came in last year. We didn't peak correctly. So we decided to do Arnold, change some things up, got with Justin Harris, prepping the United States, and we brought a good package to the Arnold. And I think from talking to my coach that we can bring an even better package into the Olympia. And if that's the case, I think it'll be pretty competitive. And I'll give the judges maybe a hard time trying to figure out what they're going to do with me on stage. So that's my goal. That's why I'm here, as well as to enjoy this stage with my comrades here. Much respect to all you guys. And, of course, the fans. We couldn't be here without you. And I love every single one of you guys. Thank you for the encouragement all these years. And, I'm willing to just take pictures of whatever you guys need to do because I appreciate you guys to the utmost.
Brandon, we appreciate you, like I said, because there ain't a whole lot of you guys left that have been here for that amount of time. But can you take on these young cats? Can you still get one more title in there?
You know what? I believe that, that's the case. I still have all the tools that made me a champion. It's just the consistency that I needed to continue to be a champion. And I think we got some consistency in this preparation compared to my last with some slight improvement. So, I'm going to be dangerous up there. I'm not going to be the guy that hopefully that you could just say, oh, I'm going to be like, whoa, okay, he's not done.
Samson, there can only be one top dog on this Olympia stage come Saturday night. We've seen your pictures. We've seen your video. You got a lot of accolades out there from just, 3-4 weeks ago. You did a guest posing. And the consensus out there was it's the best Samson that we've seen at 4 weeks out. Would you agree with that? Is that the best condition that you've had in the off-season leading into this? Will we see a better Samson this year than last year?
So we got supposed 6 weeks out. And for me, basically, the judges have already given my feedback what they want to see from me. The job is very simple. You already have everything else. There's just one more box to tick. So this prep, that was the goal. It was nice and simple. Like, they want you to suffer, and they want you to bring a condition that you've never seen you in before. And hell, I'm ready to show it out tomorrow night.
What's Derek got to do to beat you?
Right now, there ain't nothing he can do. It's done.
There is no defense in bodybuilding, but my man here just said there ain't nothing you can do. It's out of your hands, buddy. It's even taking your microphone.
You know, we can go back and forth, we could talk, but at the end of the day, man, I want to show up and I want to shock the world this year. And that's what I'm going to do tomorrow night at prejudging. I'm going to bring my best, I promise.
All right, let's hear from the panel down here.
That's
I'm sure
right.
somebody's got a question. Linda Murray.
All right, yeah. So we talk a lot about money, right? And my first thought, and pretty much this question across the board, all of you would have an answer for me, but I'm going to start with you, Samson. When we started this, it was about the love for the sport, right? We weren't really thinking about the money. So you guys brought up money, Bob. So my thought is when I watch you, Samson, you won the Olympia, reigning champion, you are still our reigning Mr. Olympia, you were at the Arnold, and when you placed second to Derek, at that moment, did you really even think about the money? At that moment, was it really about opening the door for your Mr. Olympia title? Was it even about the money?
I think for me, you know, I always say, like, I take pride in all the guys I stand here with, and anybody can beat anybody on any given night. So I never go into any show believing, like, you know, I have to open the door or something for anything. I believe the title is right there, and any one of us could get it. I just want to be the first one there. So, you know, when you're at Arnold and you don't get that call, it stings. And it stings. But, you know, just like let's say, you know, it's, the making of a man isn't what you do when you're up. It's what you do when you get knocked down. And we've been doing a lot.
Dennis James, you have a question for one of our Mr. Olympias.
I had a question, but it's so cold, I can't remember what I wanted to ask.
Jake paid extra for the air conditioning in here. I just want to let everybody know.
I do have some questions. I have a question for Hadi. Hadi, you in Iran training since last year's Olympia. You watched Derek beat Samson at the Arnold, and then you saw Derek fight in a battle with Nick 2 weeks later at the Pittsburgh Pro. Now, what does a Hardy think, or what's going on in your mind seeing that the reigning champion got beat by the guy that you beat last year? What was different for you, and what can we expect from you coming tomorrow night?
من توقعم از خودم همیشه خیلی زیاد بوده، چون تنگ تموم گذاشتم تو این چند سالی که اینجا هستم. بهترین این سکو بودم. امسال هم مثل هر سال هست، خیلی خطرناکتر، خیلی بدتر از هر سال، خیلی آماده تر از هر سالم. و اینا برای من قابل احترام هستن، قهرمان مثل المپیا هستن، محبوب هستن واسه من و الگو هستن خودشون. اما رقابت روی سکو مشخص میکنه همه چیز. الان ما فقط داریم حرف میزنیم، عملش روی سکو هست. باید این حرفا روی سکو ثابت بشه. من اومدم.
I always have a lot of expectation from myself. That's why it's been the last 8 years I have been brought my best version. Every year I was the contender, and I respect all of the champions here. But this year I brought much better version and condition. So this year I'll be in my best and I'll win it. And I don't talk, I'll show on the stage.